An SD card. Can it be? Ko, something wrong? No, it's just... In the kitchen garbage bin, I found something strange.
Ah, what? It just looks like burnt junk.
It might possibly be some sort of burnt traces of paper or something. But also in the middle of this burnt junk is... this. I found a bunch of broken plastic pieces in there. They must have missed it when they threw it out, but this large size... Couldn't this have been Yudo's SD card? It does look just like that. If so, if we could have looked at the SD card, it would have had the killer's image? No, it's completely charred. The data would have been wiped on there too. Restoring that data would be impossible.
No way. And we did so much for that clue.
Well, we can still learn something from the condition of this SD card.
But it's completely burnt. What's left? What could it tell us? Stop acting so pretentious and just tell us.
Even if I told you a bit, would you even comprehend? So what you're saying is... What is the important evidence about the burned SD card? That whoever burned it was the wolf. You mean that whoever burned it was the wolf, right? Looks like Yukinori gets it. I see. Besides that, there won't be any more evidence related to the SD card. Ko, you said that you found this burnt junk in the kitchen garbage, right? Oh, yeah. Then that means the wolf must have started a fire in the kitchen. Yeah. And about this guy, we have an idea about who that could be. Right, Yukinori? Yeah.
Huh? Really? Hurry and tell us, Yukinori. You guys are acting hella suspicious.
I get it. The person who started a fire in the kitchen was... you, Takuya. Huh? Takuya? And the wolf is...
No. Hold on a second. I definitely was in the kitchen, but why would I burn an SD card?
But back then, didn't we smell something burning in the kitchen?
Just give me a chance to explain that.
I was trying to cook something. I just burned it a bit, that's all. That's a terrible explanation. If you ruined your cooking, I would have found burnt food in the garbage instead. But what was in the kitchen garbage? That burnt paper and that scorched SD card. You're saying you were cooking is a lie. Ugh. Takuya's been caught in a lie.
And that's pretty suspicious.
That's... My, Takuya, cat got your tongue? That's no good. It would be the smart thing to not lie anymore. That's no different than a two-faced lady. For being an actor, you're not very good at acting.
Was an actor.
Ugh. Fuck. Fine, I'll tell the truth. The truth? I knew it was a lie. Yeah, my bad. Actually, I wasn't cooking at all back then. When I started the fire in the kitchen, I was burning some photos. Photos? That smells like a lie. It's not a lie. When I went to the kitchen, beside the stove burner were old pictures of me. Old pictures? I wasn't expecting you to say that, but why was it necessary to burn those photos? Ugh, that's 'cause...
Look, he can't answer. I knew he wouldn't tell us.
You're wrong! Fuck! Fine, I'll tell the truth, but first I have to explain something. The truth is, those photos were from before my plastic surgery. Huh? Takuya's had plastic surgery? You mean you've had plastic surgery done, Takuya? Turns out the good-looking actor was fake all along. Ugh, I really didn't want to let that get out. Back when I couldn't get a job, I've hidden those years. I don't know how those photos turned up in the kitchen. And I panicked. I didn't want anybody else to see those. And with that burner right in front of me, I burned them without thinking. That's the whole truth. I had no idea about that SD card. Well, that certainly was some story. But there's no proof of these so-called photos, and I found that SD card and the burnt paper together. In that case, if you can explain that, be my guest. In order to burn that SD card, you used some papers as fuel. Your photo story was made up to keep us from realizing that. What? Yeah, that SD card thrown away together is the proof.
And you had plastic surgery from long ago. Where's the proof of that?
That's certainly the most suspicious part of that. No, you gotta believe me. Takuya definitely has been pretty suspicious. I guess he was the wolf this time. But then, if Takuya was the wolf, when everything happened, wasn't that thing he did super strange? What was the strange thing Takuya did? He tried to save Yuto from the electricity. There's one thing, just one question there. What is it now, Yukinari? When the case happened, I wish I could remember more, but when we found Yuto in the shower room, he was being electrocuted and no one could get near him. But at that time, Takuya, he... Right! Since this is rubber, I can avoid being electrocuted. If I use these rubber gloves, will it be safe to pull out the plug? Right! Yukinari, lend me those gloves! Sure! Back then, Takuya, he took the rubber gloves I found and right away pulled out the dryer's plug. If he is the wolf, why would he go against what he planned? Without those rubber gloves, it would have been too dangerous as well. It would have taken the wolf a long time to set up. Didn't they want Yuto to be electrocuted to death? Yeah, Yukinari's right! Oh, I see. That does make sense. How sweet.
Wako, stop being so stuck up!
Then, in that case, wouldn't they have acted like that to avoid suspicion? Acted? When we saw Yuto that way, it was obvious it was too late to do anything. If he didn't at least try to save Yuto then, and pull that plug out right away, it would have been a problem for the wolf. In other words, all of Takuya's actions were all done to conceal the fact that he was indeed the wolf. Everything was all just Takuya acting. He's putting on a good face now, right, Takuya? Ugh. I get it. It's just like Ko says. We played right along. Wait, please wait. That's not true. Just let me explain it from the start again. Somewhere, somehow, you've got it wrong. Too bad. You're out of time. With the remaining evidence, we have already made our decision. Yeah, we have already listened to your explanations.
And all you did was lie. You've shown you can't be trusted. Because Takuya's an actor, of course.
Yeah, it does seem to be the case. No way!
Well then, everybody, are we good with executing Takuya this trial?
Yep. I can't believe Takuya killed Yudo. No, it's not me! Too bad we've already all decided. No way! Takuya, just stop fighting it. But you're all wrong! Well, let us start the execution.
Let's look forward to the execution of Takuya, the actor.
No, just wait! I'm not the wolf! Not the wolf!
You seriously don't know when to give it up.
Hurry and execute him.
Well then, let's begin the execution.
No! Stop! Rescue the trapped princess.
Almost at the top.